Score after one inning, Armstrong 2, Kiski area 0.
Yeah, we're in this little green pocket again. Stay right here.
Getting off the top of the second, number 13, Delaney Smith.
Cody.
Yeah, she's the only one I actually teach out of the whole team.
Okay.
Huh?
Pick? I like that one. I like that.
Now batting number 21, Sydney Krukar.
Long. Felice Chicansky at the plate. Runners at first and Andy Smith coming to the plate for the Riverhawks. Kiski area head coach John Kinnaman taking the walk to the circle right now. Going to talk to his pitcher and his infield. Coach Kinnaman recently celebrating a birthday this past week. I said happy birthday to him on Facebook. That's how I know it. I don't keep people's birthdays in my brain very well. If it wasn't for Facebook, I would not remember anybody's birthday. Well, except my mother. You know, I wouldn't forget hers. My dad's I forget every year pretty much, but not my mom. And I hear about it quite often. We'll move the computer, possibly before I might spill it. Hey, we made it. All right, thank you. Whoop. There we go. Now, hopefully I could settle in and actually call this game. 6-0 Riverhawks. Here in the top of the second inning. And a pitching change for Kiski area. Trying to not let this one get out of hand as the first matchup between these two teams did at Armstrong. Originally it was supposed to be here at Kiski area, but ended up at Armstrong. Much to my chagrin because I was down here. I didn't get Jake Nolf, the athletic director, I didn't get his email until I got down here, which was fun. I didn't have my phone. It was actually wet and not functioning correctly, so I didn't get his email until I got down here. And I turned around and got back just in time to watch the Riverhawks score 12 runs in an inning and win that one in a mercy roll victory earlier this month. Thanks to Armstrong Indoor Athletics, our scoreboard sponsor today. Thanks to Nicolean Photography, our player of the game sponsor. Regular season softball broadcast. Nicolean, one of the best photographers in the region. Posting another walk, the Riverhawks. And in there for a strike. To get it is Klingensmith, and as she's done so many times in a Riverhawks uniform, fires onto first base for the inning-ending 4-3 putout. Klingensmith's one of those players that you feel like has had a 6-year high school career because she. Klingensmith's one of those players that you feel like has had a 6-year high school career because she's played so many. But trust me, she's a senior. So the rain passed there. We did not have a delay for this game. It got started a little bit early and
Leading off the top of the third for
able to
Armstrong, number 21,
maintain the
Sydney
pace
Krukar.
through the rain. Lead off here in top of the third inning. First pitch of the third inning in there. Nice pitch. Had Krukar kind of leaning. So starting out ahead in the count is West. And fires Krukar. Slow and low. That one just missing. Took a little something off that one, did West. And Riverhawks scored their 12 runs on 5 hits, 9 walks. The Riverhawks have drawn. Krukar rips that one back up the middle. And Krukar leads off.
Now batting number 28, Felice Chicansky.
Looking a little frustrated in the circle there. Don't really, my vantage point isn't as good as the home plate. Seems like a smaller strike zone, all things considered. 3 runs batted in, so they did give her a 3-run double there, the official scoring on the Riverhawks game changer. And Klingensmith turns early and stepping on third to get the force out to retire the Riverhawks. Third baseman, number 9, Nyla Newcomer. So that'll do it for Armstrong. Get a couple more on the board. 14-0 Riverhawks as we head to the bottom of the third. You're watching High Top Sports Network thanks to Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Pardon me. And all of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network. Got some fine businesses here in the Grease Contracting. Shout them out. So does every song get played have some kind of baseball reference in it?
Basically, baseball, softball, YouTube.
Oh, okay, I got you.
YouTube.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Here comes the scorekeeper's nightmare. Emptying the bench.
That's right. It's going to be a lot of writing here for you in a second.
I just put numbers. Nice pitcher.
Yeah, the Riverhawks have brought in the second string, basically. The whole team pretty much different now. I think it is. I think everybody's different. Well, that's going to be fun. But hey, getting some play in a varsity game, why not? Natalie Ziegler will move into the circle to pitch, though. Ziegler has done the lion's share of the pitching for the Riverhawks this year. See if I can
Do you have their lineup?
pull up her stats while we await the first hitter for Kiski here in the bottom of the third. So the Riverhawks 14 runs on 8 hits. Get that correct.
Leading off
No
the bottom of the
errors.
third for Kiski, number 6.
For the Cavaliers, bottom of the third. And the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, and 1 error in the field. Ziegler will take over for Ban. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. So bunt base hit to start this inning by Graceland Yeager. No. First hit of the game for Kiski. That one had some side spin on it down there at third. Not sure if would have rolled foul. Who knows? So at the plate right now for the Cavaliers, Lily Black, believe it. Get 9 holes after this game. Pop up on the right side of the infield and squeezed at second base. Klingensmith still out there, so not everybody was switched out. Ziegler moved over from third to pitch, and Klingensmith stays in at second base. Darius Strauss over there at first now. And quickly 2 down, still runner at first. That's Yeager after her bunt base hit to start this inning. And Ziegler with some good velocity there. Missing on the inside corner. And Keiko Moorhead at the plate. And outside, that one misses. Ziegler behind 2-0 now. And showing bunt and fouling it back on the bunt. Moorhead will take a strike off that foul. Low and outside there for ball 3, so a 3-1 count. Slaps one towards right field. It's going to drop in, and a little misplay right there, but Yeager will stop at second base. That was just over on the hop there in the natural grass outfield, but really close to the infield, so Yeager not taking any chances, down 14-0. Don't want to. All right, welcome back. High Top Sports Network. Had to find a charger for the hot spot here. And that one ripped by Presenica. She's having herself an afternoon. That ball gets past the left fielder, so Presenica cruises into second. Presenica hard hit balls today in her bats.
Now batting, number 18, Natalie Ziegler.
So Ziegler will come up now, pitching for the Riverhawks. And West misses right there with her first pitch to Ziegler. Presenica representing the 15th run for the Riverhawks, so if she gets around, that would qualify this game for a mercy rule if Kiski is unable to score. So far today, Presenica 3 for 3, 4 RBI, a walk, and a run scored. Couple of 2-run doubles. Actually, they gave her a double on that, so 3 doubles for Presenica. 6 total bases for those adding or multiplying at home. That's what it says. I thought single with an error, but hey, I'm not scoring it. And Ziegler slices that one down the right field side over Riverhawks dugout. Yeah. I'm definitely much harder.
I saw a post on the fast pitch forum today about people tired of coaches turning single and 2 base errors and triples turning to pad their kids' fancy.
So the backwards K there by West on Ziegler. Ziegler completely fooled on that. She kind of looked around like, what? She did not expect that pitch from West, so Ziegler frozen at the plate, and West gets the first out of the inning via the strikeout of Natalie Ziegler. Emily Brown at the plate. She is now playing third base in the game for the Riverhawks after they made their mass substitution at the top of the bottom of the third. Slow grounder, and that one gets past Matson at first. She tried to backhand it, and that'll mean Presenica scores with the 2 bases out of play, and advancing down to second there will be Brown. So tough day for Matson over there at first. Some tough throws to try and field.
16, Maddie Sturgeon.
And that'll bring up Maddie Sturgeon. with Brown down at second base now, following the error. And the ball just outside there by West. Misses the plate.
Turned out to be pretty nice night. I'm glad they were wrong about that because when we left the house, they said it was supposed to start at 3. And if they would have done that
And popped up right side. It's going to be a tough play. That one drops in, base hit, and holding at second until that ball hit the ground was Brown, so she advances down to third base. That'll be a hit for Sturgeon. That was a long run at second base there. Tough play for anybody to make. Right fielder Hutcherson had a long run to get there. It was like perfectly placed ball off the pop-up there by Sturgeon. And that'll bring up Annie Nicholson, I believe.
it helps we haven't had any substantial rain for a few days. I mean, Saturday was beautiful. Yesterday wasn't bad either. A little bit of rain on Friday, but
And that one sliced down the right field side. Well, down the first base side. Didn't really get to right field.
dry out.
So Riverhawks, 15 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Kiski, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors in the field. And that one high to Nicholson. And Nicholson finds a gap. Good swing by Nicholson and holding there at first. Not really reading that ball very well with Sturgeon. And she still makes it into second safely. Daria Strauss.
Now batting, number 32, Daria Strauss.
Strauss with one of the best moments of the Riverhawks season so far. She started out on the bench against Latrobe. Marley Smith was at first to start the game. At Smith's first at bat, she fouled a ball off her shin extremely hard. And so Strauss had to come in a 2-2 count. And that's tough to do if you've ever played baseball or softball, to come in mid at bat for somebody. And Strauss came off the bench cold and ended up hitting a 2-run homer on a full count pitch against Latrobe. So a nice moment for her. A very surprising moment for her when she hit the ball. Her face at home plate was one of shock and joy. Yeah, it was. She extended her arms and just pounded one to left center field. It got over the fence and hit the hill, and her teammates went wild. And the only one who couldn't stand up and celebrate was poor Smith. She was sitting right beside me getting iced. And I told her, I said, I hit left-handed too, and I've done that about 1 million times in my life. So get ready for the calcium deposit. So Strauss will step in for her first at bat of the game against West. 16-0 Riverhawks here in the top of the fourth. And Strauss takes a strike. And time called. Coach Kinnaman calling time down there, I think. And waiting to see what we got here on the lineup cards, I guess. Everybody pulls their lineup cards out. Well, she definitely played first base last inning, so I think that is the...
Alexa didn't give me that change. She didn't give me 32 for 13. She gave me 17, 16,
That was, they made a change after that, I think. That wasn't when they did the big change.
That
But I
was a
don't
big
think she
change.
yelled it.
Well, we are going to have a conversation here between the umpires.
Gonna call her out. They're gonna call her out. You want? If this was a 1-0 game, they won 16.
Which girl?
Because
Batting? They
because
can't
they-
do anything because she didn't hit the ball. They could just make her sub. It's an illegal substitution. If she hits the ball and gets a base hit, now they can't do anything. They'll just switch batters. They can't. It's
Well,
not.
they already switched the batter, so I don't understand what the issue is.
They
That's
should
what
have
I'm saying.
waited until. They should have waited until
So she put it in play.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just an illegal substitution. I mean, they can warn the umpire. They can warn the coach, but that's not a.
This is why you carry a rule book if you're calling the game. You know, you never know. The rules change every year. It's tough.
They can't. Like I said.
So I believe there's a question over when Strauss entered the game because Armstrong had massive substitutions before they took the field in the bottom of the third, and Strauss, I believe, came in after that. That's what we're trying to figure out. Coach Kinnaman called the timeout there to alert the umpires, almost called them officials. And Coach Schaefer came down the line a little bit and said, you know, she was in on defense, which she was.
No, she's not. She didn't put the ball in play. You should have waited till she hit the ball, then did it, and then she's out.
No,
No,
they
you
have to get a hit.
So maybe a premature alerting
Okay, so when you're coaching down the road,
of the umpires here as discussion over whether or not Strauss will be called out, which she did not put the ball in play. So the consensus up here is that she will not be out. It's an illegal substitution. And let's see, it looks like Strauss is going back to the batter's box.
she's there. How do you watch your head? It's a would-be.
So after a long conversation there between the umpires and explanation being given to Coach Schaefer down the third baseline here, Strauss will continue to hit. It was alerted, the umpires were alerted by Coach Kinnaman after the first pitch from West to Strauss, which was a strike.
She doesn't hold it.
And everything will remain the same.
Let's say on that first, the next pitch, and he hadn't said anything. She would have hit a home run.
Strauss with an 0-1 count
Bases tag home.
and
Go to the end.
takes the changeup for a ball.
She's out. The home run doesn't count. Everybody goes back. It starts. But because she didn't do anything, all you can say is
It's a warning. It's a warning to the coach.
yeah, for
And Strauss with a big cut there on the fastball by West. Fouled back to the screen. So West ahead in the count, 1-2. Yeah, the Riverhawks have runners at first and second.
see a softball coach just calling on that, having after you've let him go through like early in the game, like she's done. You let
And Strauss ahead of the off-speed pitch. Good pitch by West. So no harm to Kiski there as Strauss goes down swinging for out number 2 here in the top of the fourth.
Now batting number 42, Piper Ollinger.
Piper Olinger coming up to the plate. I would have helped you there. I didn't know.
no, that's okay. That wasn't that far. Yeah.
No. Those are always the toughest. The Bollingers and the Bollingers, and you know, you get the G. Who says the G? Who doesn't say the G? Or you could get a name from closer down to Pittsburgh that just has nothing but consonants, Z's and W's and K's and stuff. I had a girl. Yeah, there was a girl that her first name or her last name started with 5 consonants with no vowels.
Oh, yeah. And the vowels
And it was like Drazinich or something, and I was like, oh, I feel bad that I'm.
I had twins last year that drove my coach there.
Foul ball there off of Ollinger's.
D-R-G-E-N.
It was something similar to that.
So like the only consonant was an
Yeah.
10-letter last name.
1-1 the count. And Olinger lays off the changeup.
So I don't think Lex knew that. Because she's the
Yeah,
one that
but they should.
when she told Kim,
He should.
Lex didn't know. That's why I said to her, you gotta wait.
He's been coaching for long enough. He should know.
And Olinger, big cut there, fouls it straight up into the top of the backstop and out toward first base.
No, it's yeah. No, batting out of order is putting the wrong lineup down.
And that'll be strike 3 as Olinger goes down. And that is the third and final out for the Riverhawks here in the 4th inning. But the Riverhawks now up 16-0. So if they hold Kiski scoreless here in the bottom of the 4th, that'll do it for the second Mercy Rule victory of the season for the Riverhawks over the Cavaliers. And after the game, stick around. We will choose our Nickel and Photography player of the game, Isabel Prezenica, strong leader in the clubhouse right now. She's having a pretty darn good game at the plate, just ripping the ball all over the place. 4 RBIs, 3 hits, all doubles. Run scored and a walk as well. So Prezenica, I would say, is our leader for the Nickel and Photography player of the game. Unless something major happens or surprising, majorly surprising.
18 for 12.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for Kiski, number 23, Samantha Madsen.
So Samantha Matson, the first baseman for the Cavaliers, will lead off here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
So I have a granddaughter that's gonna be 6 and a grandson that's 4. I'm not on YouTube. I know, but like he'll see it. My daughter will delete it. That's not the real YouTube, it's the fake YouTube. Because he knows it's a kid too, but because that's not the real. I'm not on YouTube, he says. But he watches those too. He loves those, watching those. He watches Mario Kart. Do you watch Mario Kart?
So Ziegler about to get it underway here. Bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Matson in there for a strike. And that one poked by Matson deep left, and Prezenica runs it down. And Matson just missed that one.
Now batting, number 9, Nyla Newcomer.
And Prezenica has shown her glove work out there over the past couple of years for the Riverhawks in left field. And she runs that deep shot down for the first out of the inning. In 5A, Section 2, the standings right now. Riverhawks are 8-5, Cavaliers 3-7. Cavs only 1 game behind the Riverhawks in the section standings. That may change today with the result of this contest. And that pitch by Ziegler is low.
Actually, you might have to go to Sam's Club without me.
Nyla Newcomer at the plate. And Newcomer fouls it away at the plate. That was Armstrong 2 weeks ago. They lost both.
This is a difficult section.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't play well, I don't care how good you are, you get your brains beat in.
That's very true. And that pitch by Ziegler is a strike to Newcomer. Swings through it. And that one in there for a strike as well. And Newcomer goes down backwards K in your scorebook.
Now batting, number 18, Riley McNutt.
And Riley McNutt going to get a chance to bat here. 2 down. Could be the final out of the game, or McNutt could keep it rolling. Ziegler, first pitch, McNutt, grounder to second base, and picking it up for the 4-3 putout, the one and only Emery Flick, fellow member of the Union First Presbyterian Church of Cowansville, my church, Emery's church. So good for her, getting in a varsity game and snagging that 4-3 putout to end it. So the Riverhawks, their second victory over the Cavaliers in mercy roll fashion this season. And the Riverhawks back on the winning track after a bumpy stretch against Penn Trafford and Latrobe prior to the Easter holiday. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for both of these teams. As the Cavaliers and Riverhawks head to their respective areas for the post-game talk from their coaches, John Kinnaman for Kiski and Keith Schaefer for the Armstrong Riverhawks. Both awesome guys. Happy to call them both friends. And I'm sure they've managed against each other once or twice in their lives. And the Riverhawks will have a game against Latrobe here in a couple days at Latrobe. And the Riverhawks will want some revenge for sure after dropping their previous meeting with the Wildcats after going up 8-0 in the second inning and ended up losing that game. 13-11, the Wildcats came back and won at Armstrong, so Riverhawks will be looking for some revenge there. As for the Cavaliers, they have Latrobe and Penn Trafford coming up, I think, their next two. We'll just make sure of that. Whoops. That's the wrong place. Trying to find things, and, I was wondering if, these are the thoughts that I have in my free time. What would be better? A third arm or just a third hand? I mean, think about it. It'd be awesome to have a third arm. Where would it come from? Probably your chest, right? Be in the middle of your two arms. Obviously, an arm's going to have a hand at the end of it, but sometimes you think, if I had an extra hand at the end of my dominant hand, I could do so much more. I don't know. And I wouldn't have an arm growing out of my chest. I mean, these are the things that I think of. But I would go with a third arm right between my two normal, regular arms, human arms. And if I could retract it like Inspector Gadget, that would be even sweeter. So, Cavaliers fall here at home. 16-0 the score for the Riverhawks. And Kiski's upcoming schedule will be Penn Trafford here at home, I believe. Yes, Penn Trafford coming to town on Wednesday. So the Riverhawks head to Latrobe, and Kiski plays host to Penn Trafford. Those will be the games on Wednesday. Armstrong extending its lead in the section standings over Kiski by now to 2 games. And right before I sign off, I'm going to pick the Nicola Ann Photography Player of the Game. That would be Isabel Przenica. Congratulations to her. Great game at the plate for the Armstrong left fielder. Przenica, 3 for 3, 3 doubles, 4 RBIs, a run scored, a walk drawn, and a nice play in left field here in the bottom of the 4th to Rob Matson of extra bases. Well, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Kiski Area Athletic Director Jake Null for being hospitable as always, helping me get set up here. And thanks to the folks here at Kiski Area. Always fun to come down here to Vandergrift and do a game. Even though it's technically a Leechburg address, I say Vandergrift. I don't know. I'm sure there are technicalities that I'm not aware of, but I love coming down here. It's a great school, great athletic programs, and always fun to come to Kiski to cover some sports. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to stay tuned to High Top Sports Network social media platforms, our website, et cetera, et cetera. You can find out what we're doing, where we're going to be.